So we were talking about pain points previously. I was looking for a solution because I go, there's got to be an easier way to do the surveillance and screening and not have to worry about a credit going belly up, down the road. And I couldn't find anything out there. And I was trying to think about, first principles, approach. Why is that? Why doesn't this exist? And it was because the data wasn't available. In the municipal space, getting the underlying financial data is very challenging. You have credits and localities that have cash-based accounting, accrual, modified accrual. Every state and subtype is different. And what was beneficial is DPC built out this incredible database of now 25,000 obligors that has that data. And once that data became available, we're able to overlay that with the credit ratios and sector specific engines to actually generate these scores automatically. So really, it wasn't around before because the data wasn't available, which it is now available today. And I'll say one thing:
Yeah,
there's uh, and some folks try to scrape information, and it can work, but as we know in this space, with the type of audits we're receiving, you have to be really careful with that. So having someone and multiple individuals looking at audits the second they become available, getting the right information, being trained in specific sectors means you have better quality data. Because if you don't have good quality data, the output's going to be garbage.
yeah, I think just to add to what Michael was saying, we're not saying that the data was completely unavailable before, right? But I think what DPC brings to the table is we have no size limit, the size cutoff at all. If an issuer, however small it is, has publicly disclosed financial information, we collect it. So whereas I think some of data providers out there tend to stick with the larger cap issuers, right? Uh, and they may cover the smaller issues, on upon special request, which can be very expensive. But in our database, we capture everything. If it's available out there, we capture it, and that
And
kind of
to,
makes Michael's job a little easier because he doesn't have to go worry about a thin coverage of smaller issues.
and to build upon that, what's nice is when there is a credit that currently doesn't have coverage, if you let us know, we add it to that month's, intake form. So that way, every month our coverage of different credits and obligors is expanding because we're filling the holes of what isn't currently covered. So that's been really helpful because if you have a tool and only covers 30% of the investable universe, you're really limiting yourself and everyone else's as well. So you're bidding up the same credits by expanding the investable universe to some of these smaller, more thinly traded credits. There's more opportunity and value to be had because there's less folks looking at it.